Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping into one of the shortest letters in our source material, 3 John. It's tiny, but it packs a huge punch.
It really does.
And our mission today is pretty simple. We want to unpack what it really means when a mentor says their greatest joy is seeing their children walking in the truth.
Yeah, and what I love is how the elder, the Apostle John, he starts with this analogy that is just so universal. It's basically about parental worry.
Right.
He brings up this idea of the parent who worries for their kid who sells salt when it rains, but then turns around and worries for their other kid who sells umbrellas when the sun's out.
So it's that constant loving concern.
Exactly. And he's applying that exact feeling to his spiritual children, especially a man named Gaius.
Okay, so that really grounds it. Let's focus on that core statement then. I have no greater joy than to hear that my children are walking in the truth. So what was Gaius actually doing that brought the elders so much joy?
Well, it all boiled down to one key thing. Hospitality.
Hospitality.
Yes, he's praised for his faithful efforts because he was welcoming these traveling missionaries, people who the text says were complete strangers as they are.
And that wasn't just, putting out a welcome mat. That was a serious commitment back then.
Oh, a huge commitment. And the text tells us why it was so important. It says these missionaries had gone out for the sake of the name, accepting nothing from the Gentiles.
Meaning they had no other support system.
None at all. They were completely dependent on people like Gaius for food, for a place to stay. So by helping them, Gaius was really putting his own resources on the line. He was becoming a fellow worker for the truth.
So his belief wasn't just a thought, it was an action. A risky one.
It was completely operational. He was the engine keeping the mission going in his area.
Okay, so Gaius is the gold standard here.
Yeah.
But the letter pretty quickly shows that this entire effort is facing some serious internal sabotage.
Right, and this is where it gets really juicy. We meet the antagonist.
Diotrephes.
Diotrephes. The text gives us this, 3-point charge sheet against him. First, and this is the root of it all, he likes to put himself first.
So it's an ego problem.
It's all ego. Second, he's talking wicked nonsense against the elder, so he's actively undermining leadership from, headquarters.
He's rejecting authority.
Exactly. And the third point is the real clincher. He himself refuses to welcome the missionaries.
The very thing Gaius is being praised for.
And not just that, he actively puts them out of the church. He excommunicates people who do show hospitality.
Wow. So he's weaponizing a core value of the community to enforce his own little kingdom.
That's a perfect way to put it. If Gaius's hospitality is walking in the truth, then what Diotrephes is doing is the complete opposite. It's anti-truth.
You really couldn't have a starker contrast. And the elder is very direct, isn't he? He says basically, don't imitate evil, imitate good.
He does, and he even offers another positive example, a man named Demetrius, who everyone seems to agree is a good guy. It's like he's saying, look at Gaius, look at Demetrius, be like them.
So when you boil it all down, this whole letter isn't so much about abstract beliefs, it's about behavior. It's about organizational ethics.
I think so, yeah. It's about a spiritual family and how it's supposed to function. The joy comes from teaching the truth, sure, but also from seeing people live it faithfully, especially when it's hard.
So let's bring this around to you, the listener. What's the takeaway here? I find it really telling that the elder ends the letter by saying he wishes he could be there in person.
Yes. He says he doesn't want to say everything with pen and ink, but wants to speak face to face.
Because that personal connection, that lived example, is just so much more powerful than words on a page.
It's everything, especially when you're dealing with a conflict like this. So that leads us to a final thought for you to chew on.
Okay.
The elder encouraged the imitation of good behavior. For Gaius, the defining act of good was costly hospitality. It was a risk. So the question for you is, what is one practical, maybe even costly step you could take today to model faithfulness in your own choices, and in doing so, invite someone else to follow that example?